Hey, you guys. I guess I can't say that I got cake wasted, but I got brownie wasted. And I was like, I might as well make good use of this sugar rush and come on here and do another topic with you guys tonight. 15 ways you shock the narcissist after it's over. Okay. Number one, they're shocked because you didn't respond the way they thought you would. When they discard you, of course, they expect you to break down and fall apart and perhaps trigger you to be chasing in this runner chaser dynamic BS, right? But yeah, you didn't respond that way. Whoever broke up with who, you let it be. They left, it was oh well. You left, and it was oh well. Number two, they overestimated their importance in your life. Yeah, they do that. Um, they have a lot of blind spots, narcissists, actually, especially like the more egotistical they are, they become extremely blinded by their own ego, and they put everybody in a box and they think, I did this to 200 people, of course everyone's going to respond the same. But no, they overestimate their importance in your life. And it's crazy for them to do that as they're abusing you. Like, how the fuck are you important in my life when you're bringing me down? Like, things that are actually valuable is important than somebody's life. You're abusing me, you're using me, you're manipulating me, you're draining me. How the hell are you important in my life other than to get you the fuck out of it? Like, that doesn't make sense. So they overestimate their importance in your life. And they underestimate, number three, the love you have for yourself. And I've thought about this on a psychological level, but yeah, they think you don't love you because you love them. Because in their subconscious and even in their conscious awareness, they know that they're not deserving of the love that they're getting from you. They're like, how do you care about such a piece of shit like me? They know that they're using you, lying, manipulating, abusing you. So you still staying there and loving them makes them think you must not love yourself. When in fact, you just may be an empath that it hasn't either come full circle with, and because they're covert a lot of times, you didn't realize everything that was going on. But once you get enough pieces to the puzzle, you're out of there. Of course, I love myself. Just because I loved you or tried to love you or have you doesn't mean I didn't care about myself even more. They're like, you love them so hard, they can't possibly see the day that you would ever actually really let them go. And that's a blind spot for them. And I talked about rewarding bad behavior the other days. Some people may need to revisit that one. That was like, yesterday, I think? Yeah, about allowing people who don't really have relationship skills to have access to the people that do have relationship skills. It should automatically be a tower moment for them. They're going to see how much work they haven't done and why they can't sit at that type of table yet. And you should be knocking all of those type of people back to people like them. Like, they don't deserve to be with good people yet. They need to take all the baby steps, which they won't take. So they should forever be with those type of people, honestly. So just be mindful of that. But yeah, they definitely underestimate your self-love. And they don't think that you have it if you are even in their presence. Something must be wrong with you if you care about them, right? Yeah. The next thing, they are shocked that you haven't come back. I mean, surely this is a front. You're pretending to be strong. You must be missing me, right? Nope. You must have this, the trauma bond and the soul ties and all that stuff. Yeah, they're shocked that you haven't come back or that you're not chasing. And maybe this isn't the first time that you guys broke up. Maybe it might not even be the first time that you said this is the last time, but you actually meant it this time. Or some of you might have just been one and done, and that would have shocked them too. Like, really, only one cycle of abuse? This didn't repeat again and again like most other people? Because in domestic violence, people do a lot of times take like 8 times before they leave. I know that sounds like a lot, but it happens. But, there's reasons for that too. We don't have to get into all of that right now. But a lot of times when you have children and a lot of years in with someone, maybe it may seem like it's, it's not even a scene. But yeah, it could possibly take that many times. because there's a lot of confusion with the victim, in their conscious thinking at the time. All right. And then they're struggling between their logic and their emotions and their logic and their trauma bonds and so forth and so on. But moving right along, you guys, they are shocked that you didn't seek revenge like they would have. So, you silently leaving and moving on and living your best life, that's not how they would have did it. Now, if someone would have actually treated them bad and did this, that, and the third to them, they would have plastered it on a Channel 6 news. They would have took every opportunity they could to shove it in your face and shove it in everybody else's face. Like, they would not have let you live that down anytime soon. They would have rode the wave of all the empathy and sympathy and poor you and, victimizations that they could have ride to, seeking every justice, any punishment. But what they don't understand is when you've been in these type of situations, you're just so happy to just get them the fuck away from you. Like, I'm just happy for you to be fucking gone, bitch. Like, you don't understand. Like, that's the reward. That makes me happy. So you let them have that. Whatever they did, you just kind of let them have that because it was something greater that you wanted to have, basically, which was the peace and them removed out of your life 100% and permanently. Next, you guys, you not only survived, but you're thriving. Yeah, they didn't damage you for life. You're not stuck in victim mode. You're not talking about this every day of your life. Like, you really you kept it moving. It really can be a situation, you guys, a toxic person. You can meet someone, not really know that they're toxic, but once you find out, you can just drop them like a bad habit and keep it moving. It does happen that way. You can actually do that and not take it personally and be happy to do it. So not only have you survived it, but you're thriving and doing better. Thriving, like doing better than you were when you were with them, because you're removing toxicity out of your life. Like, you're automatically doing better as soon as you get rid of them, even if you feel sad about it, even if, you had some consequences or some residuals, or you think about the time or the effort or whatever resources you put into that, you're automatically doing better the second you get it out your life, period. So the next thing is, right. Well, let me just finish that. I'll just say that too, along the lines of you surviving and thriving. On top of that, is they became your stepping stool. And your enemy can actually end up becoming your stepping stool, because what is meant to bring you down ends up lifting you up. And they're like, damn, like, I wasn't trying to bless this person's life. I wasn't really trying to bless them, but you end up blessing them, even when you're being devious and evil. Like, that's God for you. That's God for you right there. The next thing that shocks them is you actually upgrade past them. Of course, you're in the world making healthy connections. Of course, you can be with better caliber people than you were with them. They're shocked about it. Like they're the bee's knees, like they're the gift to the world. Nah, you're a gift to Satan or Shaitan or whatever you want to call him. The next thing they're shocked about, you guys, is that you didn't show any signs of weakness. Yeah. Yep. You didn't look back. You didn't post any pathetic posts, or, you weren't out there thirst trapping for anybody's sympathy. I don't even know how people be doing that. Like, just going online on your personal account and just plastering all your personal business like that, or your trauma and dramas and Jerry Springer type situations. Like, I don't even be wanting, I'm like, whew, if I'm going through stuff like that, I will take the private route. If you can allow me to learn through that messiness in private, I'll be very thankful for that. But yeah, you didn't try to prove yourself to other people. You didn't try to keep up with any gossips. You just had your firm boundaries and a final no. Sounds good to me. Which leads to the next shot, that you led with your logic versus your trauma bond. And this allows you to just keep up with the realities and the facts of the situation. instead of your toxic emotions. Next shock. You didn't abandon yourself or your life. As far as along the lines of falling apart, your work didn't suffer. You went on to, continue to reach goals or keep that part of your life intact, and you're succeeding without them. Next shock. You're ignoring all their petty invitations. Of course, they want you to get dirty somehow. Now, if they can't get you to necessarily get back into a relationship with them, if they can get you to lower your character or your integrity, they'll take that too, because then, they'll have at least some type of evidence to say, look, this person ain't perfect either. Well, nobody's perfect, but that don't mean I got to be a narcissist. And it definitely don't mean that I have to take invitations from the likes of you. Like, they should be like so beneath you at that point. They're not even a worthy opponent. Like, you're not even someone that I will come off of my throne to even address. You need to go talk to the other people, like fight with the people on your level. You're not even ready for a fight with me. That's why I'm not with you, right? You couldn't keep me. So yeah, you're ignoring all their petty invitations. Next shock, that you actually saved proof of their abuse or corruption. They think throughout this relationship that, here's the thing, narcissists, they operate out of loudness. The louder you are, like, they have a loud presence themselves. Even though when they think they're being sneaky, they're usually being loud. Because you didn't say something, because you aren't calling them out, they don't think that you were keeping record of stuff. They didn't think that you were peeping things. Because why would you see it and not say anything? Get some emotional maturity, and you'll know why. Because you're playing chess while they're playing checkers. That's not how it works. If you get with a healthy person and they're trying to fill you out and see where they're going to place you or not place you in their life, it's going to be a lot of things. It's not even about calling you out on your BS. It's about me being able to recognize it, so I put you in an appropriate place. Because we already know you're going to deny it. We already know you're going to minimize it if you don't deny it. So what's the point? And we already know you don't want to change. So all we really need to know at that point is who you really are. And once we see enough of that, that's all we need. Calling you out and all that other stuff is a waste of time. Smart people know that. So, but because you didn't call them out, they assume you didn't see it. Because you gave them a little rope to hang themselves. They didn't even see that, as a matter of fact. So that's what I'm saying. They're playing checkers while you're playing chess. The next shock, you guys. You didn't give any. You didn't care. You didn't care. I'm trying to be good when I've already been bad on this live chat. You really didn't give any F's, okay? In the most sincere way, though. Like, you can really get to a place, you guys, where you don't give any F's. And really not feel too many emotions, like be super neutral about it. Meaning, like, the feelings I thought I was going to give to you, I realized that I had to take them back. And that wasn't hard for me to do because I know how to protect myself. And why would it be hard to do when I realize I shouldn't be giving them to you? The only time it becomes hard to do is when we're not really operating out of our logic and we have some toxic emotions tied to this person. Otherwise, it's common sense. Because who else would say, for instance, why should I give you this $1,000 when you're just going to steal it from me and I'll never see you again after that? Why would I feel any ways about not giving you that $1,000? So you can literally not give any F's about anybody anymore in the most sincere way. What happened to all those feelings and stuff that you said you had for me? They left as soon as I realized you weren't who I thought you were. Those feelings were for that person, but you're not that person, so those feelings aren't there. Like, it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. But because they have these blind spots and they're very remedial themselves, it's hard for them to see past their own blind spots. And that's fair, It's hard for anyone to see past their blind spots if they're not doing the work or having the self-awareness, So, my last part kind of, or the number 15, you guys, kind of incorporated what I said earlier, is ultimately, you guys, that you were playing checkers while they were playing chess, because they take kindness for weakness. If you're not getting low down and dirty with them, if you're not getting the revenge or being manipulative back, or calling them out on every little thing, who does that? Who does that with a toxic person? I'm not going to call you out. I'm just going to get rid of you. This ain't a job. I'm not giving you a write up and 3 levels and all of this and that. And sometimes they don't do that. They just get rid of you. So, but yeah, that's the 15 ways, you guys. If you want to share any more ways, you can down in the comment section. But yeah, it's always going to be a shock to a narcissist because they're ran off of their ego. And their ego is so big that it just creates a lot of blind spots for them. And that's why actually you can really typically have the upper hand with them more than not, especially if you've already been versed in who these people are and how they operate. You'll have the upper hand. But, us people, we don't even want to have the upper hand. We don't want to have no hand with you in that way. We can keep interacting with this narcissist and keep beating them at their own game, but who wants to put energy into that, really? Right? That's really only for situations where you can't get away. And, even that's going to be subjected. But like if you had to work with this person and you don't want to leave your job, or you're not in a position to leave it yet, and you have to keep, staying ahead of them and their BS on the job, those type of situations occur. But in your personal relationship, usually you can get away, even when you think you can't. You may have to be in a situation that you think may be a little uncomfortable for you, but some situations are even more uncomfortable. All right. There are people who have left a narcissist with the clothes on their backs, and it could have saved their lives. So, it's up to you to choose, how your exit strategy should be. And this isn't a video to talk about that, but maybe I should, now that it's come up at the end of this one. Having good exit strategies. I'm sure that I have addressed it on here, though. I'm going to find at least, because there's over 1,000 videos on here. I'll go find that video and see how well I got into that, or if it was intermingled with another topic, or if I let it stand on its own. If I haven't addressed it in a fullest manner, but I'm pretty sure I did maybe a few months ago. I'm going to go look. If I didn't, I'll address it. If I didn't, I'll address it. All right, you guys, I hope this list helped, and I hope that you shocked the narcissist. If you did, you can let me know down in the comment section that you shocked that narcissist. Good for you. Good for you. All right, you guys, see you in the next live.